How about a round of applause? Standing ovation. Please give us a chance. Please let fine men stop cheating. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today we're getting into the game. You know, I've watched this show multiple times when I was a kid. I used to sneak and watch it because y'all know I wasn't allowed to do much. So I wasn't allowed to watch the game, but I used to sneak and watch it on YouTube. So I've already seen season 1 through 3. So, and I rewatched it again once they put it on Netflix. But disclaimer, I have not watched, I think they have 9 seasons. I haven't watched it to season 9 because I got homework to do, okay? So we're going to this review will strictly be seasons 1 through 3 that were on Netflix. Okay, let's get into it. So the first tweet that I have is, I trust Derwin. He would never cheat on me. Ayo. And, you know, Melanie said that. First of all, I'm not saying Melanie's a dummy, but also, girl, personally, this is just me. This can be anybody else. If I know that my man is an NFL player and I'm about to move to San Diego and give up Johns Hopkins and all these things, I need a ring on that finger before I move any, because you know they're gonna cheat. I mean, he's about to be in the NFL, like, you knew. But the way Derwin cheated, his motives for cheating and like his reasoning behind it, because she went to lunch with Trey Wiggs and he was upset about that. So you're gonna sleep with Drew? And then you're gonna lie about it. That's what really threw me. He was like, I would never. And then she heard about it through, what's the old girl's name? Not Drew. Y'all know the publicist's name. I'll look it up and put it in here. But yeah, you gonna hear about it from her. And you know Melanie does not even like her. Girl, that was a mess. And then Derwin had no reason to cheat, but also Melanie was wrong in some ways too. But really, Derwin, really, you could have stopped at the kiss. One, she didn't even know about the kiss, and then you lied and said you didn't kiss her off the video. Derwin kind of stinks, even though the next tweet, just hear me out, Derwin was fine. That man was so fine. And he was just acting so bad. Like, please give us a chance. Please let fine men stop cheating. I was like, you're so trash. But he's so fine. He's so fine. Okay, the next tweet says, I will not let y'all bully me for this, but Malik was so fine to me. He wasn't very smart, but he was sweet. LMAO. I thought he was cutie. Like, even though Malik is very, like, into himself, narcissistic, he was, like, the best character on the game. He was, like, the most honest, I would say, him and Tasha, whereas, like, Jason is cheap and rude. Derwin's a liar. He's a liar. But he was just very into himself. But towards the end of season 3, beginning of season 3, like, he started like realizing there's more to life than just this money and fame, when he was like helping out his sister, and then like he really did love Robin. So it was like, okay, like, I give Malik rights, but Malik rights. Okay. About how Derwin got Melanie that little engagement ring when he was the running back for the NFL. I thought that was like so disrespectful, because, okay, in hindsight, he did propose to Melanie. I'll give him that. He did propose to her and she wasn't ready for it. Melanie should have taken that ring, because then she was begging for it after. So, can't really blame him, I guess. But also, y'all, they lost the diamond and they knew they couldn't find it. They compared it to a poppy seed. Not to be materialistic, but if my man was in the NFL, there's some things I expect. I I can deal with it if he doesn't make a lot of money. We can work through that. You can get me an anniversary ring or whatever. But the fact that you're making money, millions of dollars, and the diamond's this small, not gonna work. Not gonna work. But he did give her a car. He gave her a car and he proposed to her nationwide. So honestly, they're that couple. It's like, oh, y'all are so cute together. Oh my gosh. But behind closed doors, it's like, girl, that is a mess. Like, child, just both of them are a mess. At first, I was like leaning more towards, because I'm a girl. I'm gonna say the guy is wrong. Melanie is just very messy. Like, both of them are messy, but she was like really messy. Like, as soon as her and Derwin broke up, she went to Trey Wiggs and was like, well, at first, you know what, I'll give her a little slack because she was in a vulnerable time and she got with Trey Wiggs. But to get in Malik's bed, and that's why I say Malik's a good guy, because he gave her warnings and was like, hey, that's not cool. But, girl, what are you doing? And you're in his mama's house. First of all, let's talk about Tasha and Kelly. Because, well, mainly Tasha. She gave $5,000 to a girl she just met. And, like, they just met this. Like, they've only been friends for a year at that point. And she gave her $5,000 to get back on her feet. I need some good friends like you just met this girl. Like, that's a lot of money. And I know they're rich, but geez. And then just the way that Kelly and Tasha would take her out and, try to get her acclimated to town, I thought it was very cute. But she was really ungrateful sometimes. And she was always making a fuss at the meetings. I was like, Kelly and Jason. He treated Kelly so bad. Like, I felt so bad for her. Like, why are y'all living like this and you have millions of dollars? This is like little fires everywhere. When she had like $500,000 in the bank and we're homeless, it doesn't make sense. But then Kelly was like, oh, I only married you for money. So it was kind of like, that's what you get. But also, Kelly was so sweet. Like, I felt so bad for her. And just, Jason was so controlling. Like, I was like, oh, really? You're really treating her like this? Especially when they were at the club and she was wearing that dress. And then the manager took her and he was like, go ahead. Because he was upset. I'm like, you kind of stink. And he's the one who told her to change. So, make up your mind, Jason. And Jason, he's just a mess. And I feel somewhat bad. Just a tiny bit. Because, like, I guess he just doesn't want to blow his money like his dad did. But really, you're not going to, like, basically, he started doing all these, like, big gestures, like those 3 cars and all these gifts after Kelly had left. Baby, it's too late. I've been living with you for 8 years and we've been couponing and not going on vacations, nothing. Not saying you have to be extravagant, but just show that you care. Like, you didn't even celebrate her birthday because y'all thought birthdays were like a waste of money, a waste of time. Only day to really care about you, and he didn't even do anything for her. And I was just like, I know he's done a lot of stuff, but that was like one of the main things. I was like, he's going to tell you not to celebrate your birthday because he doesn't want to spend money. You only spend money on, I think they said Veterans Day and Christmas. He stinks. Tweet says, okay, but Melanie had 2 men willing to pay her tuition, the power she had. Y'all, Derwin was paying her tuition. Trey Wiggs was going to pay her tuition. Her parents are paying her tuition. And she's still failing and not getting her white. Get it together. Like, I don't understand how that girl stayed in med school. Because, one, she's just all over the place emotionally. Well, maybe that's why she stayed. Because she might be better in class than she is with her life. But, geez, she had 3 people willing to pay her for her med school. Like, no problem. Like, genuinely crazy. Do you know how much med school is? People go into thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, and she's just like, she's so ungrateful. Like, now that I think about it, she's very ungrateful. You live in San Diego, and I think they split the apartment, whatever the case is. You're barely paying for anything. You got a friend named Tasha who gives you $5,000. Two guys willing to pay your tuition. Like, people Kelly's giving you wine. I mean, you got Saber tickets. She really fumbled the bag. She says Tasha singing "Take a Bow" in this office is the ghettoest thing in TV history. I was regretting seeing that episode because it's so corny. Like, I don't know who put that in there, but it's like, how about a round of applause, standing ovation. Tasha, hang it up. I was like, oh my gosh. Literally, I was cringing. And I know Rick Fox was like, they don't pay me enough for this. And then Irv was like, you know, they all can sing. I said, we can. Next tweet says, I don't like how the game is painting Tasha to be an angry black woman when she just checks disrespect. They made her literally the prototype of an angry black woman, especially when she was in the management position. And it was just really, I didn't see it obviously when I was watching it when I was 9 or 10, because, you know, I was just like, oh, this is just a silly funny thing. But when you watch it as an adult, it's like, okay, y'all are trying to make her out to be the villain, out to be the bad guy, and, you know, she can't keep a man. She's just really loud, wants to be in control all the time, and I just don't like that at all. Especially just the way Irv and all the other associates were treating her. It was like, yeah, I don't like this narrative. And it was like Kelly would do some of the same things, but it was quirky and cute for her. But when Tasha did it, it was just like, oh, here she goes again, ghetto Tasha. And all these ghetto jokes, I was like, wrap it up. Come on, wrap it up. Especially like Jason was like, oh, wing thing or whatever. Like, Jason, shut up, because you're black too. Second of all, like, Melanie, all of them would do that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, yo, can we lay off the ghetto jokes? Because that's like, I don't think it's fun. Like, there's a lot of aspects of the game that are like genuinely hilarious, but I don't find Tasha being this mad black woman being funny. You know, some of the things she says is like, akikiki, but like, it can be overpowering. It can be overpowering, and it can be offensive, honestly. It's just like, why can't she just be upset without y'all making her into this monster? You know what I mean? The tweet with me. But I saw where the game is a spinoff of Girlfriends, and I'm watching Girlfriends right now. And I'm just like, I don't know how that worked, but I'm looking forward to seeing Melanie and Girlfriends so I can kiki with her again. Melanie's attitude towards the baby was actually very disgusting. Like, it was very, why are you jealous of a child? Like, I understand why she could be upset, but it's also like, she literally asked Darwin, she's like, so you're gonna pick your child over me? Yeah, it's his child. Like, what goes through your mind that you're like you think you're in competition with a child? And then also, like, you can be upset with Janae. I guess that's not really cool either, but I will understand that more. But you're upset with a child, an unborn child at that. Like, you genuinely hate this child. What do you gain? Like, it was actually, that was when, honestly, season 3 Melanie was just too much. Like, her having this enlightened spirit and going all over the place, she was just too much. Like, really, what goes through your mind to say, first of all, to leave because he likes his child more than you? She just does a lot. Especially, like, she's getting mad. She got mad when Duran wanted to work things out with Janae and have, like, a solid family. Why would you be upset at that? I know that's your first love of your life, whatever the case may be, but like, don't you want this child's father in their life? Like, you're very selfish. She's really self-centered. You know what? I talk about Derwin being trash a lot, but Melanie is just as trash, honestly. I hope you guys like this video. If you didn't, don't dislike the video. Please like the video. Comment if you've watched the game. If I should continue watching it. I'm probably not going to. But if I should continue watching all 9 seasons. My friend said it gets really bad after season 5 or 6. So I don't know. And I know they get rid of Melanie and Derwin. And I don't think I want to watch the game without Melanie and Derwin. I can't even speak. But yeah, I hope y'all like this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.